Thank you for tuning in to the Cassandra Aaron Show. One more time, we're in the land of the living. Thank you so much. I have my wonderful guests here, and we have with me Michelle, I have Shavonda, I have Claire, and I have Mark. I believe today that we have a good show. I believe it's going to be worth your while. You know, anytime you try to do something positive for the community, you always get these obstacles. But today I'm here to let you know that we overcame every obstacle that came our way, because this message was not supposed to go forth, but we declare and decree on this day it's going forth. We want to talk about pastor kids that's dealing and struggling with drugs. Let's just jump right into it. It's hidden in the church. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody want to think that pastor kids are angels. And we're here to let you know that they're not angels. So without further ado, I'm going to let my panels talk and tell us, why do people feel like pastor kids are above God?
Well, I don't really think it's just pastor kids. I think that it's a lot of people in the church. You know, coming from a church background, sometimes, you know, God is able, you know. So I think that sometimes people forget that even if you are the pastor, even if you're the first lady, even if you're the you know, are you born in the church or whatever, we all have problems. We all have different things that we go through, and sometimes people can make it seem like, you know, oh well, you know, God has blessed me like holier than thou. And you know, myself, I do know a lot of church kids, preacher kids, and they are pressured to go through a lot because their father or their mother was the first lady, their father was the pastor, and they had to their father and their mother was gone a lot because they was helping the community. They were doing things, and they didn't have maybe a lot of time for their own children because they were helping other children, other families. You know, the pastor, he's a big responsibility. The first lady is a big responsibility. So sometimes when you are the head of the household, head of the church, you're someone that people go to, because you know, you go to God, but your pastor and your first lady is people that you're supposed to call on and depend on. You know what I mean? So sometimes we forget, as the people, as the church, that they have families too. They have children too. So sometimes I think that the church kids or the pastor's kids, they miss out, and then that's how they get lost and caught up in the world.
I'd like to speak on that. I think that when we talk about, if we're going to talk about pastors' kids at the moment, I think that there's a stereotype that comes with pastors, leaders as a whole. The stereotype that I think that may come with it is that we have to realize they're just people. I don't get me wrong, I believe in leadership. I believe in accountability. I believe in the fact that leaders should be an example, but in the same note, and it's good to have mentors. It's good to have individuals who you want to pattern yourself behind, but nevertheless, we have to remember that they are people. And so because of that, and also growing up as a PK, a seed of a founder of an organization, and so grandfather bishops, mother bishop, and all of that. I think what happened is that we look at these people because a lot of times there was no transparency that they were perfect. Why? Because there was really no example saying, hey, I messed up or jacked up. And so because they are the pastors, and maybe sometimes we look at them as that they're supposed to walk perfect. Not to say that we're not supposed to walk in the order of God, but in the same note, I used to wonder, why couldn't I be like them? And it was because they never shared anything. So even though there may have been things that have happened, a lot of stuff that was what I would say secrecy in the church that may have went down, or, you know, when I was growing up, and so none of it was shared with me, and I get that because I was a child and I wasn't supposed to know all of that stuff anyway. But in the same note, when I messed up, there was nobody there to say to me, hey, I messed up too. But here's what you do. You get back up. You know what I mean? You shake the dust off. You don't wallow in that.